Good morning, everyone, and thank you for joining us. We're very excited, and you're gonna see the excitement across the board with who has joined us today for our announcement. Presidents of our fine unit educational institutions from around the state, as well as senior leadership from employers here in the great state of Michigan. With that, I am Carrie Ebersol Singh. I am an executive vice president here at MEDC, focused on leading our talent solutions work. And we are joined today by the Lieutenant Governor, Garland Gilchrist II, University President Santa Ono from University of Michigan, Michigan State University Interim President Teresa K. Woodruff, Michigan Technology, I'm used to saying Michigan Tech, University President Kovac, Delta College President Michael Gavin, Lansing Community College, which is a hometown favorite. I'm not supposed to have favorites, but it's a hometown favorite. President Steve Robinson. Delta College President, I said Michael Gavin already. Washtenaw Community College President and CEO Rose Balanca. KLA Global ESG Leader, Ann Arbor Site Lead, John McLaughlin. Bay City-based SK Siltron, CSS CEO, Jenwei Dong. Wayne State University President Roy Wilson is unfortunately under the weather today, but we are joined by their provost and senior vice president for academic affairs, Mark Kornblatt. Before we hear from the Lieutenant Governor, I want to set the stage on a couple of things. As many of you know, the CHIPS and Science Act is aimed at kickstarting chip manufacturing in the United States. And as many of you know, this is an industry that started here in the United States. We helped innovate and create chips. And then, unfortunately, investment left the country. And now, with this federal opportunity, you're seeing a huge effort to onshore this sector. The U.S. Department of Commerce has started to begin taking in grant requests for pieces of the $50 billion in CHIPS-related funding in March this year. Governor Whitmer and Lieutenant Governor Gilchrist has tasked the MEDC and our new Semiconductor Talent Action Team with developing Michigan's blueprint for achieving global leadership in the semiconductor industry. The Talent Action Team is a collaborative, a public-private partnership aimed at making Michigan a top site and state for semiconductor talent solutions and growth. Our aim is to provide talent and research solutions to ensure employers can meet projected growth up to 30,000 semiconductor jobs in the state of Michigan by 2030. The Talent Action Team is committed to positioning our Great Lakes state as employers' go-to solution for talent and research partnership. Now, today we are announcing Michigan's Semiconductor Talent Action Team has successfully, this is the start, this is the beginning of our consortium, the institutions that you will hear from today, 7 higher educational partners, as well as 15 semiconductor employers and 2 industry associations. Together, we are collaborating on a focus of 5 semiconductor roles. This is very specific. This isn't general broad strokes. We are getting specific around computer engineers, electrical engineers, industrial process engineers, semiconductor processing technicians, and maintenance repair workers. Michigan is among the first states in the nation to have created an all-hands-on-deck consortium. Again, you're going to see the breadth of that consortium today. We know what this means in terms of what employers need to drive the future of microchip industry. It's not just a Whitmer administration or the MEDC saying that. That's what we're hearing from leaders of the semiconductor industry who are excited and encouraged by what Michigan is doing. Now, enough from me, right? Let's get to the details about Michigan's vision and what we want to achieve in the semiconductor industry. So it is always with honor, I get to introduce our Lieutenant Governor Gilchrist to take it away from here.
Carrie, thank you very much. I cannot say enough about how excited I am and how excited the state for me and Governor Whitmer to be working with the EDC, all of the institutions represented that you are finest institutions of higher education, cutting across every region and discipline in our state. Our leadership of the corporate side from KLA, SK and Hemlock Semiconductor, partners in growing this industry, not only in Michigan, but globally, and showing Michigan's leadership by their investments they made in our state. We are super proud now to be collaborating and working together to announce this MEDC Semiconductor Talent Action Team. Higher education partners across the state of Michigan joining us just shows how critical this is to our state's present and our state's future. This represents a $3 million opportunity grant programming to support higher education institutions as they are preparing future semiconductor industry professionals and leaders. Michigan colleges and universities are going to use these to start scholarships to recruit workers for careers in semiconductors, develop science, technology, engineering, and math STEM curricula, flexible training models, and other methods to prepare students to work in the semiconductor. And we're also going to expand and launch programs that are going to boost awareness of career options in the semiconductor industry for K through 12 students. Now, this is something that's really important on a personal level. For those who don't know, I was a double engineering major at the University of Michigan. And the reason I became a computer engineer is because I was exposed to engineering as a child, as a student in middle school and in high school. We're going to create those same kinds of exposure opportunities and pathways for young people across the state of Michigan to choose careers in this robust and growing sector. This partnership is building on the previous work that Governor Whitmer and our legislative partners have done to put Michigan in the lead on semiconductors, including our announcement just last week of a new public-private partnership that will establish a global semiconductor center of excellence in the state of Michigan. I also want to recognize the innovative partnership between MSU and the University of Michigan, helping other regional institutions expand semiconductor training for the students that they serve. Now, these are the kinds of partnerships that it's going to take to achieve our really ambitious goals and lead in the future. I'm looking forward to making more announcements and working together with those represented on this call and everyone who cares about a prosperous future in the state. Governor Whitmer and I are committed to making Michigan the best place to conceive of, research, invent, test, build, and deploy semiconductors at scale. Semiconductors are in countless devices, from your washing machine, your phone, your car. Everything you can imagine is made better, stronger, and smarter for the presence of these chips. As we're competing for every good paying job and every transformational investment, we know that a highly talented and skilled workforce is critical to all of our collective success. Well, together we can grow the economic opportunity, broaden that talent pipeline, and build a Michigan where everyone can envision themselves with a bright future to build a family and thrive. I want to remind people that Governor Gretchen Whitmer and I fought really hard to make sure that this Congress, or the previous Congress, and the Biden-Harris administration did everything they could to pass the Ships in Science Act as quickly as possible. And this act is making a difference, and we've seen that as a result of the investments made by the companies represented on this call. And we're only just now getting started. Michigan already is home to the highest concentration of engineering talent in the country, particularly in Southeast Michigan. We have 1.2 thousand engineers and computer scientists per 1 million Michigan residents, highest amongst our peer states like Arizona, California, Texas, and Oregon. We have the fourth highest business research and development spending to GDP ratio in the state. Our world-class universities, including the ones represented on this call, are pumping out more than 12,000 STEM graduates every single year. And these are people who are prepared to compete and prepared to help our companies and our communities win. So we are excited to step forward boldly and from a position of strength into this opportunity to create more prepared people for more jobs in the semiconductor space. And I can't wait to work with everyone on this call to do it. So thank you so much, everyone, for the role that you're playing. Carrie, I'll pass it back to you to hear more from our other stakeholders.
Thank you, sir, and thank you for those words. And I know next up, we want to get into some of our key partners in all of this. So next up, I want to pass it over to President Ono for his contribution from the University of Michigan.
Thank you so much, Carrie, and thank you so much, Lieutenant Governor. We're proud that you're a Michigan Wolverine, an alumnus of our great institution. Thank you all for inviting me and the University of Michigan to this virtual press conference. We are so proud that the University of Michigan is considered a top global institute for semiconductor research and training. And we're so proud to join with all of you in this partnership of education and training, development and growth, and lifting lives and addressing the great challenges of our time. We are committed at the University of Michigan to really create jobs for Michiganians. At my inauguration, I stressed that we must connect as never before. Today, we are taking another important and bold step, joining University of Michigan's unique strengths with the partners from across this great state in our effort, our collective effort, to achieve leadership in the semiconductor industry. We're so grateful to Governor Whitmer and Lieutenant Governor Gilchrist for their leadership and MEDC for its vision and partnership. And we are looking forward to working with all of you to develop the talent and technologies of the future that will make Michigan second to none, a leader in semiconductor manufacturing, not just as a leader, but as a leader in best. It's my pleasure to turn it over to University of Michigan's education partner in this effort, Washtenaw Community College President and CEO, Rose Balanca. Over to you, Rose.
Thank you for that warm welcome, President Ono. It's my pleasure to speak with all of you this morning. As U of M's President Ono, Lieutenant Governor Gilchrist, and Carrie Ebersol just noted, Washtenaw Community College's decision to participate in this consortium, spearheaded by the MEDC's New Talent Action Team, was put on point and an easy decision for us to make. We are proud to be a founding member in the new Michigan Star Consortium, working alongside KLA, IMEC, the University of Michigan, General Motors, and MEDC to address the critical worker need that you just heard about. And one of the most important jobs that we have as a community college is to quickly train the current and future workforce and serve as an economic driver for our region, state, and even nationally. And we do this by listening to industry to understand their needs and then partnering with them to customize programs. We've announced a short-term semiconductor technician training program that will begin within the next year to train workers for critical jobs to advance the EV and automotive industry. WCC is already steeped in preparing students for roles in the EV ecosystem and future mobility jobs. And we stand as the only community college partner in the Center for Connected and Automated Transportation, led by our colleagues at the University of Michigan. As you know, this center is leading the regional efforts aimed at transitioning the nation to connected and automated vehicles. Today, at any given time, more than 1,000 WC students are enrolled in courses or programs to prepare for advanced manufacturing and mobility jobs. And our new short-term semiconductor technician training program will be established on our campus, but it will also be customized to deliver at industry sites. And it will make a positive difference, not just in the lives of students who will be ready to step into high-wage critical jobs, but it will also benefit the companies and will drive economic growth. It's a win, no matter how you look at it, and we are very proud to help fuel this new talent pipeline. And now it's my great privilege to introduce Michigan State University Interim President Teresa Woodruff.
Well, thank you, President Balanca, and you are right on point. And I also thank the governor and lieutenant governor, the MEDC, for your vision for all of us. You know, Michigan's colleges and universities compete on the field of play on game days, and we love the excitement that built across the state. But when it comes to educating Michigan students and lifting up our families and developing the workforce of tomorrow, we partner with one another year round. And no single institution can meet the demand for the number and range of skilled technologists we'll need to reach the goals that we are collectively setting for the state of Michigan. So I'm excited by the collaboration that we currently have with the University of Michigan and other Midwestern institutions that we announced last year to answer the nation's semiconductor industry challenges and to help institutions that might not have the infrastructure, such as laboratory space or qualified faculty, and give students semiconductor experience. At MSU, we recognize the need to offer a range of opportunities for people to participate in the technology economy, as we are doing at the MSU Apple Developer Academy in Detroit. So I think the Chips and Science and this semiconductor talent teen opportunity is really one of purpose, of people, and of place. So we understand really the purpose. That is making Michigan a force in semiconductors and to build on our innovative legacy and manufacturing assets to really compete and lead globally. Semiconductors are the foundation technology that will let us more fully leverage our innovations, growing Industry 4.0 across our state and this nation's economy. So think about the potential applications in our mobile, medical, and agricultural industries, just for starters. In fact, I drove a combine last fall with one of the most advanced AI technologies that allows farmers to maximize their land use, understand soil composition, and real-time moisture and weed concerns. From tractors to industrial transportation to the personal vehicle, where MSU is inventing new materials to lighten the frame while maintaining safety, we can make Michigan's businesses more competitive while providing internships, co-op work opportunities, and post-graduation jobs here for even more of our college and university students. So that's really our purpose, advancing opportunities for all. And this is the people and place part. Most of Michigan State's graduates, including our engineers, who can compete really anywhere in the world, already start their careers in Michigan. In fact, MSU is the largest supplier of engineering talent to the Michigan economy. And the demand is growing for the skills we are talking about today. In the past 5 years, enrollment in MSU's Department of Computer Science and Engineering has nearly doubled. And that program's graduates command an average starting salary of nearly $76,000. So working closely with our industry partners, MSU is laying our plans to expand our College of Engineering to meet the needs of tomorrow. We're adding a new engineering technology degree program with concentrations in areas such as electromechanical systems and cybersecurity, and tapping diverse disciplines across the university to give our graduates the skills to work across digital boundaries. We're adding faculty and planning a new engineering and digital innovation center that will accommodate not only computer science, but material science and engineering, data science, cybersecurity, mobility, game development, information science, digital architecture, medical simulation, artificial intelligence, and machine learning. And we are leveraging MSU's unique assets, including our facility for rare isotope beams, through a $14.2 million federal contract to refurbish one of our cyclotrons to test electronics for spaceflight. As I told our engineering students this spring, I like AI, but I like GI better. The genuine intelligence that an MSU degree or one of the degrees from our great Michigan universities provides. I do not fear AI as long as we have GI, smarter than a bot and better together. Purpose, people, and this place, Michigan, working as a change agent across our education spectrum to really make a difference. Michigan's colleges and universities know the value of teamwork, of purpose, people, and place. And we've assembled an awesome team here that compete with anyone. So now I want to turn it over to one of my other teammates, who is a 3-time Spartan, Lansing Community College President Steve Robinson, and then we'll hear from another partner, Delta College President Michael Garvin. Hello, Steve.
Hey there, Teresa. It's so wonderful to see you. Thank you, President Woodruff. I'm going to preface my comments this morning by saying that working together with you and your team at Michigan State as we prepare to support the semiconductor industry is proving to be a game-changing experience for our institutions, but also for the state of Michigan. I'm confident that the consortium created by MEDC's Talent Action Team will make Michigan #1 in the nation as the place to go for talent within the semiconductor industry. As we step to the forefront to educate and train the qualified talent needed to fill the thousands of job openings on this area, our LCC Community Education and Workforce Development Team will deliver a 10-day intensive Semiconductor Technician Quick Start Boot Camp, featuring curriculum modeled on successful initiatives at the Maricopa Community College System in Arizona. I recently met with my colleague, Dr. Stephen Gonzalez, who is Maricopa's chancellor, and our respective teams at Maricopa and LCC got together discussing the boot camp format that will focus on an introduction to semiconductor manufacturing, preventative and corrective maintenance activities, model-based problem solving, and more. Advanced manufacturing skills will be absolutely critical in the semiconductor industry, and LCC here in mid-Michigan is ready to serve as a talent pipeline. We're recently chosen as one of 7 community colleges nationally to partner with General Motors through the General Motors Lansing Delta Assembly Plant here in our region. And LCC has been laser focused on apprenticeships for decades. Our partnerships with companies such as Kirchhoff Automotive, Meridian Magnesium, Dark Container, these initiatives will help us create the kind of skilled workforce necessary to fill in-demand jobs. Our state-of-the-art Center for Manufacturing Excellence, housed on our LCC West campus, leads the area in providing certificates and degrees for advanced manufacturing careers. And we're currently seeing an increase in the number of students participating in these programs. Our high school program in particular has tripled in size over the last year, prompting a request to add additional sections in machining and engineering beginning in fall of 2023. Expansion is also happening with our robotics program, as we'll soon be able to provide 13 industry certifications in quality inspection technician certificate, all critical skills that support the semiconductor industry. Lansing Community College's experience in offering multidimensional workforce development solutions will allow us to upskill talent for the semiconductor industry as Michigan continues to lead the way in momentum for this enterprise. And now it's my great honor to introduce my very good friend, Delta College President Michael Gavin.
Thank you, Steve. I could not agree with you more that our higher ed industry partnerships, as we work as a team together, will serve the Michigan economy and goals of increasing the population of Michigan over the next decade. The semiconductor workforce is part of reimagining what Michigan and, in the case of Delta, the Great Lakes Bay region can be, and Delta will be playing a significant role in that work. We at Delta are fortunate to be located near 2 of the largest semiconductor businesses in the world, Hemlock Semiconductor near Saginaw, and the new SK Siltron operation that opened last year in Bay City, where Governor Whitmer celebrated its opening. We have significant partnerships with both of those groups and subsequently are very well poised for the next step in the semiconductor programming. We need to poise ourselves also for the anticipated increase in workforce with an intentionality to focus on diversifying that workforce. And community colleges, and our 4-year partners, will be a significant element in making those goals happen. We at Delta are already re-envisioning the curriculum and faculty roles through professional development, intensive employer engagement. We also will develop a center to advance semiconductor training and education, featuring a national semiconductor technician and transfer curriculum. And we've already been at work with our partners at Michigan State and University of Michigan to make that happen. We will also develop certificates and job skills employers will need in the future for their hiring and their pipelines. And we are excited that the new curriculum is one that we can just build off of, as we already have we've already have curriculum that has to do with semiconductor. Programs need to be tailored, however, to train semiconductor technicians and maintenance and repair workers, among others. And investments in the semiconductor curriculum development will definitely lead to stronger partnerships and educational design that will be innovative for the future. Our service area at Delta has a significant number of low-income, low-skilled individuals. And so we are really looking at those people who are in the ALICE population, as well as those who have not necessarily been served well in the past by the economy and other structures in society. Our dual enrollment Partners that we have in the K-12 area are already at work with us to think about pathways from high school into the semiconductor space. And as further educational attainment leads to better jobs in the region and thereby improves the overall medium income of the region, we believe that our higher ed partners together can make Michigan a further great place for all of us to live. I'm happy now to turn the proverbial microphone over to Michigan Technical University President Richard Kobeck. Take it over, Richard.
Thank you, President Gavin, and a fine good morning to you all from the Keweenaw Peninsula. As an academic partner with industries in our state, Michigan Tech's focus lies in the application of semiconductors and microelectronics, where we emphasize the significance of semiconductors as a system, as well as a system in package and system on board approaches. This approach to semiconductor production and application fits well within the future of automotive manufacturing, such as EVs, and the other sectors of focus within the Michigan economy, as articulated through the leadership of MEDC and our governor. If I may, I'd like to recognize the vital contributions made by companies like KLA Global, SK Siltron, Calumet Electronics, and others. These companies form core industrial strengths in our state and play a crucial role in advancing our microelectronic sectors. As an academic institution, Michigan Tech is fully committed to their success in Michigan, as well as other companies that will choose to join them in the future. Now, just down the road from Michigan Tech is Calumet Electronics, established in 1968. Calumet Electronics specializes in the manufacturing of printed circuit boards for domestic industrial, power, aerospace, defense, medical, and commercial markets, all being made here in the Upper Peninsula of Michigan. They exemplify the powerful relationship between industry and academia. Their contributions not only bolster our local economy, but also drive advancements in microelectronics technology, making them a valuable asset to the UP and the broader community. This is just one local example how Michigan Technological University has partnered with industry in the last 25 years. From our undergraduate and graduate degrees in materials engineering, mechanical engineering, and electrical and computer engineering, as well as specialized graduate certificates in manufacturing engineering, Michigan Tech has a long history in preparing students for supporting and advancing the semiconductor industry. Whether it's materials from which they're made, to their design, processing, properties, applications, integrations, and even their repurposing, Tech joins our sister institutions here today with programs and faculty expertise to help drive innovation in this quickly growing sector of Michigan's economy. As an academic institution, we stand to help our corporate partners compete and win in the global marketplace. And two of the world's best and brightest semiconductor corporate leaders are with us today. So let's hear first from KLA Global ESG leader and Ann Arbor site lead John McLaughlin, followed by SK Siltron CSS CEO Jinwei Dong.
I appreciate that warm welcome, President Kobeck, and good morning, everyone. KLA is a Fortune 500 company that provides leading-edge advanced inspection tools, metrology systems, and computational analytics to the world's largest chip makers and across several adjacent markets in the electronics industry. We enable innovation in the data era across key industries, including automotive, mobile, and data centers, among others. KLA chose Michigan for our second headquarters because Michigan has exceptional engineering talent, a high quality of life, a robust innovation and manufacturing ecosystem, and global access through Detroit Metro Airport to our customers worldwide. We're excited to be here because Michigan is poised to play a key role as the world's needs for semiconductor technology continue to grow and evolve in the 21st century. We also believe there is significant opportunity to lead the development of vehicle electrification and autonomous vehicle technologies, anchored on collaborations with industry leaders like GM, as well as leading institutions, K-12 vocational schools, community colleges, four-year colleges and research universities to enable a Midwest-based skill talent pipeline. Today, the semiconductor industry contributes $4.6 billion to Michigan's total gross regional product, and we look forward to that number growing in the future. KLA is excited to partner with the state of Michigan to grow our semiconductor footprint with programs and initiatives such as the Michigan Star Framework announced with IMEC last week and the announcements from Lieutenant Governor Gilchrist today. And now let's hear from my semiconductor industry colleague, SK Siltron CSS CEO, Genwei Dong. Good morning, Genwei.
Thank you, John. Good morning. SK Siltron CSS supplies silicon carbide wafers, a key component of the semiconductor supply chain. These wafers are the force behind high-performance power electronics. They also have downstream applications for electrical vehicles and fast chargers, and enabling innovation that will help the EV transition. I can't tell you how excited we were to have Governor Whitmer attend our ribbon-cutting celebration at SK Siltron CSS new fab in Bay City last fall. SK Siltron CSS is committed to Michigan and its people, and we're honored to have worked with leadership at both the state and local levels to create our meaningful partnership here. We selected Michigan for our $300 million investment over several other states, primarily because of Michigan's talent pool and proximity to the auto industry, but also because of Michigan's determination to strengthen its leadership in the high-tech semiconductor value chain. Our facility will bring critical supply chains back home and reduce industry shortages and production delays. We worked closely with several state and local level organizations as we expanded from existing operations in Auburn to the new fab in Bay City to increase production capacity. This includes MEDC, Bay Future, and Monitor Township, and we really appreciate their partnership and guidance through the process. I want to take a moment to praise the work MEDC's talent action team is doing because of the open-minded mentality and the forward-looking actions the state is taking to ensure that the jobs of the future come and stay in Michigan. We're excited to provide an industry perspective to the discussions and are very optimistic about its benefit. SK Siltron CSS is doing our part and creating up to 150 new well-paying jobs here in Michigan. As a part of a more rural community within the states, we're excited to bring high-tech workforce programs to complement existing mix of career opportunities in our area. This initiative will be helpful not only in providing opportunities to people already within our immediate area, but also in attracting students from all over the world to our partner schools to get the skills needed to make Michigan their home and to start and grow their careers with companies like SK Siltron CSS. We're very confident about the future of SK Siltron CSS as a world-leading silicon carbide wafer supplier in the great state of Michigan. Thank you very much for the opportunity to speak with you this morning, and now I will give the mic back to Carrie for closing remarks. Thank you.
Thank you, sir. Thank you. Thank you. And thank you to all of our partners on the call today. And I want to end with some real talk, if you will, in terms of how I'm feeling after hearing everyone's warm words today. That, you know, with this team, we talk a lot about Team Michigan and the value proposition our state offers, not only to folks that call themselves Michiganders today, but those that may call themselves Michiganders in the future. And I will say, I will roll into any room with this team on the call because I know there is no problem we cannot solve together. And this is the type of engagement that MEDC is embarking upon as we convene employers and our higher ed institutions to customize, create, and really up our game on recruitment strategies to retain more of our graduates. That is critical, especially as we look at increasing our population for our workforce age groups that we need to focus on for our state. I must say that you know, I want to highlight that this program, our Talent Action Team Works, we are partnering and leveraging other state investments, where you look at the Reconnect program that offers that tuition-free path for adult learners, the Going Pro Talent Fund, the recent past Michigan Achievement Scholarship. There are opportunities to remove those tuition barriers to help Michiganders pursue these pathways. Our work, again, is that specialty work with employers and these educational institutions to ensure folks come out of these degree programs that they are ready on day one for these jobs that are here now and those that will be coming and building our state into the future. Now, I just want to highlight, the Michigander scholarship that we have launched earlier this year with the first cohort focused on that EV sector, those EV scholars. We're proud to say more than 30 Michigan university students have accepted jobs at Michigan-based companies and have earned that scholarship money. We have more than 200 students that have joined, that have applied to be a part of that. And we are hopeful to continue matching them with employers in the state in the EV sector. We are looking to replicate something similar for the semiconductor industry. And again, this is by way of collaboration and that deep understanding in terms of what employers are facing to ensure that they are able to recruit and employ the talent they need for success here in the state of Michigan. So I do want to reference that, there's a lot of information, including the launch of the RFI, that every educational institution in the state can get some information on how to receive grants to join this consortium, because guess what? This is all about building the reputation of Michigan's excellence and how we are helping to meet the global challenges in the semiconductor industry with our homegrown talent. So with that, I know we're about at time. There may be a couple minutes for questions, or I know Mike Nolan is willing to set up after interviews with any of our dignitaries here today. So again, this team is second to none and we're only growing. So with that, Mike, do we have any questions?
Not right now, but I wanted to thank everybody for attending today. And also, I know that with the Lieutenant Governor, there was some issues with his audio, and I've received requests from a couple of reporters for his talking points. I'll send those to you, to those requests immediately. But if any other reporters need his talking points, I'll be happy to share. Our first question, Carrie, is from Dave Eggert, Associated Press. Can someone explain the Michigander Semiconductor Scholarship Incentive?
Yes, so we will be officially launching that later this summer. It will be modeled after that Michigander EV Scholars Program. So that's where students can earn up to $10,000 in specific degree programs that are in demand with our Michigan employers. So if they accept a job at one of our core employers we've been working with in those core degree programs, commit to staying a year, they could earn up to $10,000. For younger students, so maybe you haven't graduated this year, but you are in an internship opportunity, that is also where you can earn up to $5,000 to support your internship, or it's a tuition. It's a scholarship towards your tuition. So again, because we recognize internships are very key, not only for students to test, is this how they want to make a living? Is this the career path that they thought it would be during their school? It's an important part. It's also for them to be able to test the company. It also gives our employers an opportunity to provide hands-on training and real life experience in that career and develop a relationship. Hopefully, turns into a job offer down the line. This is a critical part of the strategy that we're looking at deploying and expanding in the state of Michigan.
Carrie, we had a question from Eric Lawrence. Eric, can you jump on and pose your question to Carrie, and she can, or to any of the panelists that are here today?
Sure. Yeah, I thought you mentioned there was an RFI, or request for proposal, one or the other. Is that something you can just send out to us?
Yes, and the
Carrie,
link,
correct me if I'm wrong. There's no RFP. It's what we're referring people to is that link that was just on screen that Carrie was talking about to find out more information about the grant application process.
That's correct.
Okay, I'll take a look.
And similar, I
Okay.
just want to expand a little bit for, maybe to a little bit of clarification. Very similar to the talent action team work on the EV sector. We went through an RFI process there as well, and it helped deploy dollars through grants for strategic investments at institutions, whether that was to customize curriculum. They may have needed a curriculum designer. At Michigan State University, for example, they wanted to expand their math boot camp, which is critical program to help expand and diversify students coming into the College of Engineering. Those are the types of investments, but we need to hear from our institutions across the state in terms of where they want to step in and work with industry and what they need in terms of financial support to be successful. So we are, again, I just described the TAT EV process. We are doing the similar process here on the talent action team for semiconductors and working with the institutions across the state so we can be supportive in meeting industry needs. I hope everyone's fired up. I am. I'm excited after this. So,
Well, Carrie, thank you very much. Lieutenant Governor and our panelists, thank you all for sharing your time, talent, and expertise today. Again, if anybody wants to try to do one-on-one interviews, we're happy to help. Just give us a shout and we'll connect you with these good folks. Thanks very much and have a great day.
thank you.